my next anime review. I'm doing the first episode of My Dress Up Darling Season 2. This anime is done by Studio Cloverworks and it is rated PG-13. On a bit of a backstory with my history on My Dress Up Darling. I originally watched the first season when it originally came out. I enjoyed the series so much, I started buying the manga. It was really hard for a while to find the manga because it was so dang popular here in the US. I was finally able to get the first few volumes, and then steadily I've been keeping up with the series. I've enjoyed this series quite a bit. In my personal opinion, the manga is one of the best romance stories I've read, and Marin and Gojo, they are one of the best anime couples I've ever seen. The writing is top notch, and just overall, the first season is just fantastic. It is a high recommendation from me. Go watch the first season before you watch season 2 if you have not yet watched My Dress Up Darling. Now, what did I think of the first episode of season 2? I thought Cloverworks hit it out of the park. Again, they've done a very faithful adaptation from the manga, which I'm very happy to see. As someone who, as I've said before, is a fan of the manga and who has been reading it, I'm very happy that they are sticking really close to the source material. This whole episode was a joy to watch. It was really nice seeing Marin and Gojo again. This season 2 was a long time coming because I do know that the first season was supposed to be a one and done, but it was so popular they decided to greenlight a second season. So that's why the season took several years to come out. So yeah, the first episode of season 2, the animation quality in season 2 is just as good as the first season. Of course, they put a lot of detail into Marin's cosplays, and that's where a lot of the best artwork goes into. I'm not gonna lie. And it was really nice finally seeing the Bunny Girl cosplay finally being animated. That's one of the costumes that I was really looking forward to because Marin just absolutely looks adorable in that outfit. For the music as well, I thought the music was really good for this first episode. I really enjoyed the intro and the ending theme as well. The pacing for this episode I thought was really good. They ended this first episode where I thought they would end it, but like I said before, I'm not going to spoil anything for someone who has not watched this series. Screw it, I'll give you a hint. It ends in a karaoke bar. If you know, you know. With with the manga finally finished up, I am really hoping that we can get the rest of this series animated because Cloverworks has done a fantastic job with this series. And this series, strange enough, this series is very wholesome, but at the same time, it can be very crude at the same time. And it is able to balance out those two really well between the great music, the lovable cast of characters, and for me, reading the manga and knowing what's coming up next, I'm going to tell you right now, I highly recommend My Dress Up Darling. This season so far is definitely going to be one of my favorites. There is not a whole lot for me to say right now since this is just the first episode. There's really no negatives I have with this first episode. The animation's fantastic. Cloverworks did a fantastic job with this series. That's all I got for the first episode. If you have not watched My Dress Up Darling, go watch the first season, then start watching season 2. This series is a very enjoyable romance anime. Heck, it's got some great fan service in there, but it's used appropriately, and this series does fan service really well in my opinion. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching my ramblings on the first episode of season 2 of My Dress Up Darling. As you could tell, I highly enjoyed this first episode. And for my final score for the first episode of my Dress Up Darling Season 2 is a very solid 9 out of 10. I don't think I need to go over any of my points or what I've said before. Go watch my Dress Up Darling if you enjoy a good romance anime. You won't be disappointed. That's all for me. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. And if you have watched my Dress Up Darling, let me know down in the comments below. That'd be much appreciated. Anyway, I'm off to do some other work. So, this has been Ryder. I'm out.